the state of the world, things are spinning out of control very, very, very quickly, as far as I can tell. Look, in terms of Gaza, they why are they screaming about Rafah? Right? Oh yeah, I forgot that. I got to tell you. Why are they screaming about Rafah? Like, oh no, you can't attack Rafah because of all the civilians. Yeah, no, it's because all the Hamas are there. That's why. It's like their last stand, apparently. I mean, it's but that's why they're screaming like bitches. Because if they attack Rafah, it's all over. Right? It's and I think they know that. Right? So good news, right? Although weird things are going down, right? Weird things are going down. There's what was it? Not Nancy Pelosi, another one. There's another somebody in government, right? Oh, what's his name? I know, but you know how you got the Pelosi stock tracker, right? And whenever they buy goes up, right? It's like they know exactly when to sell. So this other person in government who also has one of these things, congressman or senator or something. He's just been wildly dumping all the stock, as has lots of other billionaires, right? As if they know a huge crash is coming. What could cause that, right? Well, I don't know. War or just an internal implosion. So here's how I see things going. Like, and I think Trump is a good example to shine a light, you know, with a weird way into these weird dark times, into like trying to understand what is. So we saw two things recently. We saw the unraveling of the Georgia case, right? By the way, check this out. Steve Colbert melting down because he knows that Trump's an inevitability, right? And so look, listen to this like insane rant he had on his meltdown rant he had on the show. It's hilarious.
I know how numb we've become, but it's not normal. No other candidate for the presidency has ever had to pause his campaign to defend himself in multiple courts.
Well, yeah, that's because those multiple courts are run by your very corrupt friends, right? There's literally no legitimacy, as we're seeing, to any of these charges, right? It's like, and people are noticing, Steve. That's the trouble, which is what we're going to get to. Normies and people who don't like Trump have noticed, and they're like, wait, what? So keep going, Steve.
And I would like to point out that in all 7 of his cases, no one doubts that he did these things.
Everybody doubts that he did those things. None of those things are actually things, right? None of the things he was supposed to have done are actually crimes. Again, which is the point, right? And it's like the obvious real world consequences are very much happening. So in fact, we saw the Georgia case like break down, Fannie Willis, and it implode upon her in a really weird way. And I guess this is something more that's going to happen. I think this is, you know, because look, people here are worried because things do look like they could get bleak, right? Or maybe not, right? But we don't know. They could, like, if America turns up and says, "Look, screw you, can't go to Rafah," right? I think they've arranged to go to Rafah already, right? Or something like that. It could be bad, like and then or Biden's replaced, Hezbollah attacks, whatever. There's a lot of ways this could go very south very quickly. If Iran becomes a nuclear power, right? This could go very south very quickly. And there's a lot of ways for it to go very south very quickly, right? So, you know, we are all somewhat nervous. But you know, I think this is a very good indication of how the world's running right now. Everyone has free will to do whatever they want, right? And which means I think the evil people in the world are free to be as evil as they want. The Fannie Willises, right? And also, you know, the New Yorks, right? But anyway, let's carry on. Because we'll get to the point.
We're just sitting around patiently waiting to find out if the wheels of justice will grind fast enough for there to
be to be any of the consequences that you want, right? Because you don't want to be wrong. And look, Steve, mate, we can all tell you're dyeing your hair. Yeah, it's looking kind of sad.
And the media is covering it like it's any other political story, like it's all horse race.
Yeah, it's over, mate. It's beyond over, right? You are screaming like, yeah, it's over. But here the problem is this. So in New York recently, Trump was found. Oh, this is insane. All right, did the breakdown, and I'm not exaggerating this at all. Trump did a business deal, said, I want to build this property. Can I borrow this money from you? They said, sure. You're borrowing $1 billion. Do you have $1 billion in collateral? In case that's something we can see. He said, sure, my Mar-a-Lago property. They looked at this. They said, yeah, that sounds right. Now, given in mind that a parcel next to it, next to the Mar-a-Lago property, I think that's 1/18th its size is 30 million. The $1 billion evaluation is reasonable. Also, given there's an ongoing, very successful business on it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. They accepted the terms. The property was built. The deal was done. Everybody made money. Nobody complained. Everybody was happy. And they said, "Oh no, you artificially inflated the price of Mar-a-Lago. You are a con man." Right, and Trump didn't go. No, I'm not, because they didn't let him. Oh no! First, they had to change the law to make it into a triable offence. Okay, like just to do this, right? And they didn't. There was no trial. The judge just said guilty, absolutely, and he valued Mar-a-Lago at 18 million, less than a piece of property next door, 1/18th its size. Just ridiculous. So then so he had a trial about how much he had to pay in damages, and they were not allowed to say when they said when you inflated the prices illegally, artificially, they weren't going to say no, we didn't do that, even though they didn't do that, right? So the upshot of this is New York has become a toxic state for anybody with real capital to do business in. Then they run. Also, there's a story that the truckers are boycotting New York as well. But check this out from Dennis Leary, Kevin O'Leary, right, from Shark Tank. Really interesting.
I mean, just leaving the whole Trump thing out of it and seeing what occurred here, and I'm no different than any other investor. I'm shocked at this. I can't even understand or fathom.
I mean, like, this is the first time Norman's hearing about this guy. He goes, Neil Cavuto, he hates Trump. He hates him with every fiber of his being.
The decision at all, there's no rationale for it. And so let me give you a real-time experience I'm having regarding this, and I'm not the only one. It doesn't matter what the governor says.
The governor came out and said, no, nobody else worry. We're only doing this for Trump. It's only Trump. You guys don't have to worry. It's just Trump, which is, you weren't supposed to say that out loud. Same as Fannie Willis says, yeah, I embezzled me lots of money. It's a black thing. That's essentially what she said.
New York was already a loser state. Like California is a loser state. There are many loser states because of policy, high taxes, uncompetitive regulation. It was already on the top of the list of being a loser state. I would never invest in New York now, and I'm not the only.
This is a high profile investor, right? You got to know there's a gazillion million other very wealthy investors. Like, no, it's too big a risk. They could just change the law. They could just make whatever up. They say whatever they want and take anything away from me because they want to, right? I mean, this is how Nazi Germany's economy worked. They had a set of very strict draconian rules which they wouldn't apply if you were working for the party, if you're on board, if you're part of the right clique, right? And if you weren't part of the right clique, they'll do exactly what they're doing now, right? If you're even one of those evil MAGA Republicans, right? You don't get any protections of law. You don't get the same protection of law as if you're a Democrat. It's just the way it is. It's exactly the same. And Kevin O'Leary has, because this is his business, and he's woken up and seen it, and I think he's been very red-pilled.
Only person saying that. And here's a real-time situation. In development in real estate right now, the hottest asset class is very high-end data centers. They cost anywhere from $2.5 to $3.5 billion each. They're very expensive. They require low power. You need permits. But
I'm still saving up for my first.
Most of the major institutions in the world need more data centers, and that's why developers like me are doing this. Now, you need power. So New York has Niagara Falls. Normally, you'd consider that to put in one of these facilities, create 400 jobs, 5 more jobs for each of one of those for auxiliary services.
New York's never been great at keeping jobs or attracting jobs. Do you remember when AOC chased off Amazon and all their jobs?
I can't go to New York. So I'm going to Oklahoma, North Dakota, West Virginia. Governor Stitt, Kevin Stitt, my staff have met with him. Governor Bergen, the same thing. Governor Justice. Those are winner states. They don't do things like this. I have to syndicate that debt and all that equity. We're talking billions of dollars here. Do you think any foreign institution or any private equity firm or any pension fund?
That's the thing. They're burning down every system because they're terrified of Trump, right? They're absolutely, and I actually had an epiphany today, right? And I know I was going to tie this into my life in my synagogue, but listen, I was treated reasonably shittily, quite liberally, right? And I realized today the reason why everybody's okay with it is because they're all terrified of me. They really think people are literally. This is one guy who shakes if I look at him, and I'm not exactly. I'm never I don't get it. I've never attacked anybody ever. Listen, my superpower is I'll tell you the truth, and I have no embarrassment about telling the truth. But that's it. If you're so terrified of the truth, we'll just change it. Be a different person then. Anyway, so New York, right? This is all because they're terrified of Trump.
Would touch New York? No. And that's why New Yorkers should be concerned. The fine people of New York should ask themselves, why are we such a loser state? How are we going to attract business? It's not just the existing businesses that are fleeing out to Texas and Florida. What about new money like this that I'm talking about, like a $4 billion data center?
Again, nobody wants to go anywhere near them now. Why? Because they had to get Trump. And it's just the most insane. Again, the normies have noticed.
Not a chance I would put that in New York. Zero probability. Never. And so they've got a lot of work to do to find themselves getting out of this situation. This has all occurred post-pandemic. Winner states versus loser states. Look at Tennessee right now. Fastest growing city in America, Nashville. Winner state. Good policy. Competitive taxes.
Yeah. And he wouldn't be able to do this a year ago. He wouldn't be able to go against a regime like this a year ago. Things are changing.
You've got to start thinking about this in the context of winners and losers. New York, mega loser state.
So, Kevin, what did you think of Governor Hochul saying this is like a unique one and done because Donald Trump went too far and was so nefarious? You guys, if you're just...
I completely agree with him, by the way. I hate Donald Trump.
Doing what you should be doing, you have nothing to worry about. But they're very worried about it.
Yeah, we're very worried. Every investor is worried because where is the victim? Who lost money? This is some arbitrary decision a judge made. This policy and what this says, what does this say about the bar, the legal bar?
Yeah, again, burn it to the ground because they're terrified of Trump.
In New York, aren't they going to question this judge? What is this? $355 million and there's dollars as a penalty and there's plus interest at 9% and there's no victim? I'm sorry, her words fall on deaf ears to everybody. There's nothing she can say to justify this decision. And this has nothing to do with Trump. Nothing to do with Trump. Forget about Trump. This is not a Trump situation. This is a New York problem now. The whole world is looking at this saying, what are you doing to yourselves?
Well put, Kevin. Always good chatting with you, Kevin O'Leary.
All right, but yeah, look, the normies have noticed, and I think that makes a big difference. I said earlier, like 10, 20 minutes ago, Big Finish are having the best year they've had in a decade right now. They've had a very strong opening of the year. I'm hearing the new Master box set, which I didn't buy. I'm really pissed because that last one, Nemesis Express, I'm talking about the Eric Roberts Master, Nemesis Express. I still haven't finished listening to it. I'm bored as hell every time I turn it on. It's just shit. Okay, it's shit. Okay, I'm halfway through the second episode. But Jason, basically, it's shit, right? It is unlistenable shit. And he's great. I like Eric Roberts. I'm very happy about the Dark Gallifrey stuff. But and also their monthly single releases. That's really good. It's really, really good. But yeah, generally speaking, and I see things change. So if you want to know where the normie is, there's one place you go: Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan's wise up as well. Check this out.
Trying to figure out a way to manipulate the reality of the world to get their guy past you, including high-level gaslighting. I mean, we've seen some wild gaslighting.
Serious fucker.
Man, gaslighting. Although I have to tell you, one really good thing is I think this might be a way of getting through to the few woke people I know, right? Because, okay, how do you explain to somebody they've been gaslit about everything, the opposite of everything they believe is true? Right? How do you explain that's basically the truth, weirdly enough, right? And it is weird. You know, they all lied about everything. Who? Everybody. About everything. Trump was great. Biden's awful. You know, America's collapsing. Yeah, they were destroying the legal system to get Trump, and he's got to pay like $500 million to be able to appeal it. Although his shares in Truth Social are just about to get a big payday and be richer than ever. I think he's supposed to get $4 billion from Truth Social. So good for you. And everyone said, "Oh, you got to come back to X. Got to go to Twitter." No, that $4 billion. There's $4 billion rates, so he could just peel off. What was it? 12-15% of this payday. That's what I keep saying. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen about everything. Yeah, I think that's what is eventually going to happen with the resolution of this war. I'm talking about Gaza and beyond, right? By the way, my younger son went back in last night. Actually, there's a couple of things I need to show you. Where was that? Hang on. I have too many people talking to me on WhatsApp, so I can never find anything, right? So I got here. Maybe just pull this up. And we'll get back. Yeah, I got to send myself. Oh no, I got this images over here. Look at me! I even prepared a little bit. I know it doesn't seem that way, amazingly. But is this thing in here, or did I move them? Oh no, that is there. 1 second. So go here, doink, and then I think this is it. There you go. There's that, and there's that. So fine. Now where the pic? Oh, there they went. I gotta rotate these. Oh, everything is tough. How do you do that? It should be a way of rotating these. Oh, rotate. There you go. The button marked rotate. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, one second. We'll be back to you in a minute, Joe. Okay, back to you in a minute. So this all tie-in. Doink. So yeah, my younger son. That's what he said last night as he was rolling back into Gaza, and like I'm just, oh man, it is. It's just you're constantly like on guard. Is the best way to describe it. So he says, it captures, let's kick some ass back into Gaza. So, I didn't tell you this. Fine, we'll get back to Joe Rogan. Incredible thing happened yesterday, right? absolutely incredible. I was walking the dog, right? Again, this will all tie together. Amazingly, right? I can remember things on the fly, and it all dovetails into the same story, right? Into the same same message. I was walking the dog yesterday, and I saw a neighbor of mine, really nice guy, a doctor, right? And he's very, very super patriotic, and it was he's been always very excited his whole life that he to get into this advanced military unit called Tasha, right? Who are the military search and rescue. And they're like, they go in under radar cover. And he was telling me about the training is you have to learn how to intubate somebody when you're upside down and vomiting. There's all this like helicopter rescues. So that was the thing. He said, "You'll never believe what happened to me last Saturday night." As I got the call to come in. He was in the helicopter that rescued the two hostages, right? And he told me about the entire operations. Like, he said, Khan Yunus, he said it the right way. He said it with the right accent. He also says Rafa the right way. They're like, I can't even say it. Khan Yunus, however you say it, right? He said, yeah, it's still dangerous, right? You can't go walking around there. It is still dangerous. So they had to they had to go in with no lights on. Right, because look, a Israeli helicopter, it is such a target for Hamas. To say they took down one of those, they will be laughing forever. Oh, you see what evil fucks they are, right? So they got them out, right, and they weren't allowed to turn the lights until they are passed over the border, right? And they turned the lights on, and he was saying to them, "There's Netanya, you're home, right?" So he told them the date, and he says, "Yes, we know the date." And the bit where he lost, the bit where I lost is when and here's the thing: you'll never hear this anywhere else, right? This is what it's like living in Israel. He says, "We thought you weren't coming," Yeah. So he told them that like we've been counting the minutes, and we will burn the world to the ground to get you back. I all of you. I can't wait till you all know that we will, and that I'm not exaggerating. We will burn the world to the fucking ground to get our people back and protect ourselves. Right? When we said never again, we fucking meant it. And like America doesn't back it. Nothing. You've got to understand. There's no amount of international pressure that will stop us. Right? Even if America and the whole world comes together with a task force to attack us, right, to stop us, it won't happen. It will not stop us. Never again. Right? Never again. That's really what, and we're all like that. So here, let me show you something else. Blow your mind, right? Completely blow your mind. This is what my kids' tank is full of right now, right? It's you get where is it? You get kids in the States making these packages. I told you about this on last night, but here you got this like they're doing like these little coloring sheets for them, and so inside the tanks they have all this thing. This other kid wrote on the candy, right? Thank you for saving lives from Shimmy from Baltimore, right? This is a holy war. You gotta understand, this is a holy war, and it's not one we wanted, right? It's really not one we wanted, but it's not going to stop, right? There is no level of pressure. We will burn the world down to get our people back, or die trying. And and that's how it is, mate. That's how it is. So, so with that interlude, let's go back to Joe Rogan, right? Because Joe Rogan has the gaslighting, right? So that's how we got there, because. If I'm trying to get through to somebody, like deprogram somebody who's like believes the media, right? The way I can do it now says, You've seen the media talk about the people who hate Israel, the way talk, like literally everything talk about Israel, right? So literally everything Israel does is contorted and twisted to make us evil, right? I mean, literally, we warn you to evacuate, and you're like, you're ordering them out. And it's like, okay, why is that? I don't understand why. We're being nice. Then, but it's nearly 30,000 people now. You mean what? A lot less than the British killed civilians, right? That a far lower number. Yes, but when we did it, it was okay. Look, when we bombed Hiroshima, it was for peace. We're on the right side of history. Yeah, it's such bullshit. Like, there's no country has anywhere near as rate of civilian casualties, like the low numbers. And still, this is why, to get people to stop eating meat, they want to show you footage of abattoir. So yeah, everything is gaslit, right? So I will say, you see how everything is gaslit about Israel. Everything else is gaslit the same way. So Joe Rogan's noticed.
Last couple of weeks talking about the economy. There's so much
that. What was that?
Gaslighting. Well, one of them was Gavin Newsom talking about how great Biden was and what the Democrats' record, that this has been one of the greatest presidencies ever, full stop. It's like hot gas in your face.
And Joe Rogan wouldn't be like this a year ago, or maybe a year, I don't know, but it's like, dude, we go outside. We're not like you fucks in Washington who like live in your rarefied fucking towers. No, we know how bad it is.
It's burning your lungs. It's just gaslighting. It's gaslighting. Yeah, his age really is his superpower. Yeah, man.
Yeah, if the goal is to die.
Seth MacFarlane retweeted that.
I know, Seth MacFarlane. I like Seth MacFarlane. I like Ted. I'm glad. I thought, but man, when you are bit by the woke bug, look at Orville season 3. Oh God, maybe I want to vomit in my own fucking mouth. And they're so dumb, right? I was watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and every episode is about how stupid Trump voters are, how evil Trump is. Get over it. You were wrong. Just get over it, you pussies. You just need to get over it.
So this is a million brave, crazy, so brilliant that they did this. I can't. What did he say? Seth MacFarlane
stunning and brave. It wasn't stunning and brave.
No. He didn't say it like that. He's a funny guy, but he said something like, "This is written better than I could have written it, but exactly my sentiments." I was like, "This is so crazy. You're talking about a guy who can't speak. We all know you're doing this.
Exactly. We can see you." Right? I don't understand, but this is what, when people don't want to see something, they don't want to see it.
Gaslighting. And you're doing it because you think that this is the good side and the bad side is bad, and you do whatever you can to change the way people view things. And so you have these people that are doing it for...
Yeah, well, look, there is a point where you need to start to be able to think for yourself, right? Look, we have we have a concept in Jewish law called Ein Shliach B'Davar Avera. There is no emissary in doing an evil act, an evil act, right? That means there's no you can't say I was only following orders, right? Now look, if they say open fire and you don't know who you're opening fire at, and you have to trust your chain of command, I wouldn't. That's one thing. But when they say, oh yeah, herd these people into this gas chamber, and they dispose of the bodies, you're supposed to be able to work some stuff out for yourself, right? Seth, you should have been able to work out that, like how shit Biden is all by yourself. It's like, I understand you're in your fucked up weirdo pedo Hollywoodville, right? But still, even so.
Virtue signaling. They're doing it to signal to the tribe that they're a strong, dominant member of this tribe, and they're fighting for you. Yeah, there's something that I've been rattling around in my brain for some time, and Bill McBidden finally articulated here better than I ever could. It's worth a read from start to finish. Opinion. Age matters, which is why Biden's age is his superpower. Come on.
That actually sounds like a Family Guy sketch.
100%. Or definitely a South Park sketch. It's crazy to say. But if you're that guy...
I can hear Stewie say that.
and you're signaling to the tribe, and you wanted everybody, like a rational person.
I mean, it's not that the Normans have got smarter or more observant. It's that the lies have just got lazier and bigger.
Who is a left progressive person would say, we have to figure this out. This is bad. This is bad. You can't just pretend it's good. The whole other side sees how bad it is. The
only person who don't see is them, right? And that's the function of the media, to protect people from understanding how awfully corrupt and evil the people they're supporting are.
World sees how bad it is. People in quiet say how bad it is. Yep. Most people in hush when they're alone having dinner, you're like, what the fuck do we do? Yeah. Like, Trump's going to win with this guy.
Yep.
Trump is going to win, baby. But aren't they also worried that he's going to win because he's much better? My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.